go ahead and just hop right into it. What you allow is what will continue. I woke up today with this message on my heart, and I know that I'm not the only one that needs to receive it, and I feel guided to share this message with you. So I'm sitting in the car waiting at the train station for my mom to arrive. She's been gone for 6 weeks, and I'm really excited to see her. And so I'm like, you know what? The train is running a little late. Let me just go ahead and make this video. Take those shoes off. Let me get comfy. Okay, so what you allow is what will continue. When there is something that's happening in your life, whether it's from external sources or if it's from within, it is up to you to decide if this experience is allowed in your life. Will you create space for this experience in your life? And a lot of us are complaining about the very things that we're allowing. If you want better results, you have to have better boundaries. And as someone who is really big on setting and maintaining your personal boundaries, I cannot express to you how essential and important it is for you to have and maintain personal boundaries. When you don't have boundaries, imagine having water without a cup, without a bowl, without anything to contain it. The water would just go everywhere, uncontrollable, unmanageable. But when we give it a container, we give it boundaries, we give it something that it can be held within, now we're working with something, right? Now we're cooking with oil. And so boundaries are the structure, the safety. Boundaries is, this is how much I can show up for you and still honor myself. Because there's nothing honorable about going beyond your boundaries or your limits for anything or for anyone. And anyone who really values you would not want you to go beyond your own boundaries. I will also say this: the people who would be the only people who would have problems with you setting boundaries are the people who have benefited from you not having boundaries. Do I need to say that again? The only people who benefit from you not, the only people who would be upset about you having boundaries or setting boundaries are the people who have benefited from you not having boundaries. So if you've been a people pleaser, a yes man or woman, someone who doesn't speak their mind, someone who just goes with the flow to keep the peace outside of themselves, you're probably someone who on the inside has started a war within, because you've not really honored your yes. You've not really honored your no. You've not really honored what you need, because you're constantly thinking about what's best for everybody else. Well, I don't want to make them feel bad. Well, I don't want to hurt their feelings. Well, I don't want them to get mad. So then you become less of yourself. And you start to resent the people outside of you because you've not honored your own sense of being. What you allow is what will continue. And what you allow doesn't just mean other people. What you allow yourself to be a part of, what you allow yourself to talk about, what thoughts you allow yourself to entertain, what actions you allow yourself to partake in, what places you allow yourself to go. You understand? What habits you allow yourself to engage in. If you realize that what you allow is what will continue, you'll become a lot more mindful and a lot more intentional about what you choose. And when you realize that what you choose is setting the tone, is setting the pace for your life. Now, if you really want to see a change, a shift in your life, it must start from the inside. If there is something that you are experiencing externally that doesn't resonate with you internally, that is a guide. That is revealing to you where you still need to work, put forth effort, align, shift, change. Something in you is letting you know that this experience does not resonate with me. Now, will you quiet that voice down and shove it down to the bottom and don't think that, don't say that, it's okay, it'll be fine, we'll just do it for a little while longer? Or will you choose to honor that inner voice, that inner knowing, that inner guidance, and make those necessary changes? Sometimes you don't realize how much you're holding on to until you actually decide to let go. And perhaps that anger and that resentment that is building inside of you has come from quieting down that inner voice, from not speaking your truth, from saying, you know, actually, I'm not okay with that. No, this is what I prefer. Because what you allow is what will continue. If there's something that's happening that you don't want to continue, you have the choice to decide not to be a part of it. You could speak on it and say, actually, hey, when this happens, it makes me feel this way. And if this continues, then I won't allow myself to be a part of this. That's a boundary. A boundary is not, you can't talk to me that way. That's a restriction. And that's you trying to tell someone else what to do. And that's not how it works. A boundary is, hey, if you continue to raise your voice while speaking to me, I'm going to remove myself from this conversation. And let people choose. A boundary is always a choice. And one thing that I learned when I actually started implementing boundaries in 2021, that's when I started doing shadow work and inner child healing. And that's when a lot of relationships in my life changed. People fell off left and right, walked off, left me behind. And I was hurt. My feelings were hurt. I felt abandoned. I felt betrayed. I felt just neglected. And I had to realize no one outside of me was doing any of that more than I was doing it to myself. I think the video froze. But I had to realize that no one had hurt me more than I was hurting myself. No one had betrayed me more than I had already betrayed myself. No one had abandoned me more than I had abandoned myself. The relationships that we have are always a reflection of the relationship that we have with ourselves. The relationships that we choose, the partners that we choose, the friendships that we choose, the jobs that we choose, the food that we choose, the clothes that we choose, everything is a choice, and it all is a reflection of the inner relationship. So when you understand that what I allow is what will continue, you become a lot more intentional about what you allow and what you choose. There is nothing that goes on inside of you that is not revealed through behavior, right? And so rather than trying to control what is outside, it's better to manage what's going on beneath the surface, what's going on inside of you. Oh, I think the train is coming. So that's all that I wanted to share with you. I might go back and do a deeper video on this topic, but I just really felt guided to share. What you allow is what will continue. Boundaries are for you. Okay? If there's a change that you wish to see, that is the change that you must be. Okay? I love you so much. Remember, life is what you make it. Tomorrow's not promised. It's best to align with the life that you desire for yourself today. Okay? Till next time, peace and love. Let me show y'all the train. All right, y'all, I'm out. Toodles.